Hey everybody, my name is Spin, and today we're asking the question, what is Gamesense? Now I know that a lot of you already have an idea of what Gamesense is, but a lot of players are asking me what it is, and some just don't have any idea what people mean when they say Gamesense. Real quick, I'm not gonna waste your time, but if you like this video, please consider subscribing. If you've played Valorant or any competitive game before, you've probably heard the word Gamesense. But what does this word actually mean? Seriously, think to yourself right now. Describe Gamesense. I'll give you a moment. It's kind of hard, right? That's because Gamesense is such a vague and broad concept that it's sort of challenging to put it into one sentence. But I'm gonna try to do it anyways because I think that breaking down Gamesense into pieces will help a lot of players out. To me, Gamesense is a combination of three factors, which I call the 3 I's: information, intuition, initiative. Let's start with information. There are 2 types of information that you're gonna receive in Valorant: direct and indirect information. Direct information is very easy to learn and digest. The game makes it really easy for you. An example of this can be markers on the minimap, a silver dart that tags an enemy, a notification that the spike carrier has been killed, that kind of stuff. Indirect information is a little bit more vague. It's when to deduce information about your opponent based on lack of information or a gut feeling. An example of this can be if you're playing defenders and a teammate from the other site pushes for information and spots no one. So you should be able to deduce that your opponents are either going to be on middle or closer to your site. Another example of this can be if you're playing defenders and all of a sudden 3 brimstone smokes land on your site. You know that most likely you're about to get pushed by the enemy team. Direct information is easy to obtain in Valorant. It presents itself to you in a manner that's relatively easy to understand. Indirect information requires some legwork on your part. Sometimes you'll be deciphering patterns that you see in your opponents. Sometimes you'll be using process of elimination to make educated guesses. Next is intuition. Let's define what intuition is. It's the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Naturally, this is the part where we take information that's been gathered already and process it as fast as possible. One of the only ways to increase your intuition in Valorant is by playing more. It seems like a cop-out, but it's true. By playing more, you're more likely to see the vast number of ways any given situation can play out. The more times you encounter any given situation, the faster your brain can take that information and process it. Finally, there is initiative. One of the definitions for initiative is the power or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. This is the part where the 2 previous steps manifest themselves into your gameplay. You're taking as much information as possible, both indirect and direct, processing it as fast as possible, then putting it into action. If you put these 3 ideas together, you have something that looks pretty close to Gamesense. So let's take a look at this clip that I think is a good example of Gamesense on my part.
Just jumping. He's gonna push eventually. Let's just jump him.
Got the spike.
He's left side. He's a good shot.
One of our teammates gets immediately picked off by an Omen here, and I know that that Omen is most likely on the left side of this right here. See, the moment that I saw that smoke deploy, my first guess was that that Omen is going to try to reposition because I know that he's going to be stuck there. So my first instinct is, even though that smoke deploys, I'm going to try to go for a headshot through the smoke, and I was rewarded with it. I'm taking a piece of information that I have, both direct and indirect. I'm using intuition to process it as fast as possible in the background. I'm not consciously thinking about it. And then I'm taking initiative to make a play that I think will pay off. Keep in mind that high-level players will run all this through their heads in real time. And not just in real time, but also instinctively and passively, using their active thoughts to make more high-level decisions. Basically what I'm saying is players with good game sense, that information is not happening in the active part of their brain. All of that is like a background task running. The other thing is that unlike aim ability or crosshair placement, the only way to continue to develop your game sense is to play more and to watch others play. And hey, if you're gonna watch others play more, why not me? Follow me on twitch.com/spincrash. Hey everybody, my name is Spin. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. Peace and love, everybody.